Hello, welcome to this introduction to differentiated instruction. My name is Jordan Smith. Diane Ravitch explains differentiated instruction as the effort to, quote, maximize each student's growth by recognizing that students have different ways of learning, different interests, and different ways of responding to instruction. The basic idea of differentiated instruction is ways that a teacher changes either a lesson's content, process, meaning how it's taught, or the lesson's product, meaning the student-produced end result, or the environment in which the learning takes place, in order to maximize student learning based on a student's interests, learning profile, and readiness. Important things to remember is that when you are adjusting lessons for students, that the tasks should always be respectful. You should not give a student work that is too easy for them or that isolates them from their peers. For example, if a teenager struggles with reading, do not assume that they struggle with the ideas or the concepts of the textbook. Simply give them a book with easier wording, not with dumbed down ideas. Also, remember that groups should be flexible. You don't want to stigmatize students or stunt their growth with permanent groups such as low, average, or advanced learning groups. And remember that assessment should be continual so that you can see how these adjustments are affecting the student, and you can do this through grades, in-class observation, and parent and student feedback. When you differentiate for content, this may involve modifying the depth or complexity of a topic, or it may involve student selection of topics related to the content. For example, a high school English teacher may provide a list of options of books for students to choose from instead of assigning the same book to all students. Also, an elementary school teacher may use flexible grouping to help certain students that struggle with subtraction, while allowing other students to move on to division. When you differentiate for process, this requires tailoring instructional strategies and learning materials to fit student needs. One example is a student who is in the process of learning English. He or she may be given a textbook with high-level concepts but simplified wording, such as the No Fear line of literature books. When differentiating for product, you may allow students to demonstrate their knowledge of a topic in an alternate form, or this may involve measuring the same product by a different criteria for specific students. An example of this is, instead of writing an essay about a topic, students can choose between an art project, music performance, oral report, or story on that topic to demonstrate knowledge. Also, you can change the environment to best fit students' needs. An example of this is a student who craves frequent physical activity, such as a student with ADHD, may be allowed to sit on a balance ball during class instead of a chair, like the students in this picture. Also, a student with a visual impairment may be placed near the front of a classroom and informed of any rearrangement of furniture so that they can feel safe and most effective in that environment. These changes should all be based on the student learning needs. Each student has a unique learning profile, which is the way the student learns best and his or her learning preferences. This can include the student's gender, culture, and multiple intelligences that are strong for that student, and the student's academic history. All these things create the learning profile. Also, a student's readiness is the level of difficulty at which students are ready to learn and the rate at which they grow. And interest is important because that's general and specific topics that can be used to motivate learning for a specific student. Also, it's important to remember that it takes a village and no teacher can accomplish all of these goals alone. Many different individuals are part of the team. The response to intervention model explains how many people must work together to meet student needs. At the Tier 2 and Tier 3 levels of intervention, sometimes small group instruction is important and peers play a role. Also, school counselors and mentors, and of course the family, are important in accomplishing these goals. And in severe cases, outside systems such as juvenile justice systems and professional mental and physical services can also become part of this team. Thank you for watching!